Hi, it's Noah. I use they, them pronouns. I'm an illustrator and writer based in Boston. Some of you may know me from my presence in local Boston artist markets or maybe from shows that I've co curated around the city. I graduated from Lesley University last year with a degree in illustration and creative writing. And this year I was selected to illustrate the cover for the Boston Pride Guide 2019, which is a huge honor, and that's what I'm here to talk to you about today. I am appearing for you in video format because I'm actually on vacation right now with my beautiful love of my life, Brayden. We're in Greece. But I wish that I could come to the launch of Boston Pride Guide. I was there last year. It's a really great event, and I imagine that this video is being played for a group of people who want to go out and actually enjoy Pride. So I'm going to try to keep it short. But yeah, as you know, this year is the 50th anniversary of the Stonewall riots in 1969 in New York City, and I wanted to honor the trans heroes, the trans people of color who led those riots and created Pride. People like Marsha P. Johnson, Sylvia Rivera, Storm DeLavery, and Miss Major Griffin Gracie, who I had the honor of meeting a few times. But I didn't draw them on the cover because I felt like that would almost be co opting their image and taking it out of context. I think it's important that we remember that Stonewall was a riot, not a parade. I think a great way of celebrating the 50th anniversary of Stonewall is by educating ourselves on that history. Um, if you'd like to do so, I would recommend The Life and Death of Marsha P. Johnson. It's available on Netflix. Don't watch the Stonewall movie from 2015 because it whitewashes history. But I digress. Instead of drawing the Stonewall heroes and potentially taking them out of context, I wanted to create an illustration which celebrates the history of trans and queer activism here in Boston. So the theme this year for Boston Pride is looking back, loving forward. And I wanted to make an illustration that combines historical elements of Boston Pride with modern ones. And most importantly, I wanted to make an image that our community today can see themselves reflected in. So you might notice the rhino in the background. That's the lavender rhino, which was the mascot of Boston Pride in 1974. I wanted to pay homage to that. And it was created by two activists in Boston who chose the rhino to represent the fight for trans and queer justice because the rhino is a gentle creature, it's an herbivore, which is often perceived as dangerous or aggressive. And although the rhino is gentle by nature, when it's threatened, it fights back with ferocious energy. And that was the energy that these activists wanted to take into their own struggle for justice in 1974. So I wanted to pay homage to that. So, just to tell you a little bit more about me, my goals as an artist, and my process. For me, as a non binary trans boy who grew up in Georgia, who came out as trans at a young age and started medically transitioning, taking testosterone, getting top surgery in high school, um, at a time when nobody around me knew what that was, and having to face a lot of backlash from my school board, from my peers, from my teachers. Um, I think for me growing up, I never really saw trans representation in the media that I consumed. I never heard about trans people until I was taken to a therapist and told that what I was experiencing was dysphoria. And um, I think that if I had been exposed to trans narratives, stories written by trans people, art made by trans people in celebration of our identities, if I had been exposed to that, I think it would have been much easier for me to come to terms with my own transness. So for me, my goal as an artist is to create space for more queer and trans representation that centers diversity, intersectionality, and agency. And above all, my art is a call to action, a reminder to heal, and a celebration of queer and trans love. So I hope that you enjoy the illustration on the cover. Um, if you want to see more of my art, you can go to my website, noahgrigni.com. You can follow me on Instagram at ngrigni. I also have a children's book coming out this month. It's the first ever children's book that I've illustrated, so I'm super excited about it. The title is It Feels Good to Be Yourself, written by Teresa Thorne and illustrated by me. And it's about gender identity. It's basically introducing children at a young age to the concept of gender fluidity, of transness, of non binary identities, and above all, to the concept that gender cannot be defined. that gender is infinite. And if you'd like to order it, it's available on Amazon. Just type it into Google. Um, yeah, so that's me. I hope you enjoyed the cover. I hope you enjoy Boston Pride, and remember to educate yourselves about the history of Stonewall, the history of trans rights. Um, Look back and love forward. Bye, everyone.